What's up, people? We are back with more Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments, and we're very close to ending the fourth case, the Abbey Grange affair is what it's called, I believe. Abbey Grange, indeed. And we had to call Wiggins to try and find the sailor, because we're not so sure whether the Randalls actually did it, because it seems really fishy.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
It's nice that he just always hangs around underneath our window.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893 and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
See, Wiggins always comes through in the clutch. Right, on this table? Okay.
This
There's
list
so many
shows
tables.
the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
Huh. God damn it, there's a fly here. Fuck. Right, let us see. The murder date was November 7th. I gotta sneeze. Oh no. Bless me. Alright, so let us see. Southward senior officer, or is it the captain? Archibald Rogers.
This officer is still at sea. Therefore, he cannot be involved.
Oh, we need to look at the dates. Okay. Or we can just cross off every single one of them. That's fine. Departure from Adelaide, Australia on March 16th. March till May. Does it take that short? March, May. That's 1 month. I mean, okay, I guess that's actually pretty long. But I thought from England to India or something would take a couple of months, even half a year or something, or I don't know. Apparently it doesn't take that long. Adelaide, May to November. See, this is more likely. Or it depends on, like, no, this is the exact same from Adelaide to London. I thought that maybe if it was reversed from London to us, from England to Australia would take shorter because of the currents of the waves, and I don't know, with the how the world rotates and whatever. Right. Let's just cross off every single one.
Still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
So that one is still at sea. Is there anyone else?
I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
Nope, so we can cross that off.
I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
We just need to look at the names.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
But all of them are at sea.
I do not think that this sailor... I do not...
Okay, then it's this
I do
guy.
not think that this...
Who the hell is
this
then?
list shows...
God damn it. Oh wait, there's another page.
I do not think...
Charles...
This officer
W.
was
Chill.
on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
So it wasn't him. We just need to look for all of these names. Okay, got it. William Partridge.
This officer was on a ship that
Nope.
sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
And then Herbert.
I do not think that this...
Oh, that's a different Herbert. Herbert, Thomas, and Jack. Jack Crocker.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
He's a possibility.
This list...
Apparently. Right, Thomas Walker.
I do not think that this sailor had...
Where's the other? Thomas
This
Walker.
officer is still at sea.
Herbert
Therefore,
Whittington
he
as well.
cannot
Okay,
be
so it's
involved.
gotta be Jack Crocker.
This officer is still at sea. Therefore, he cannot be involved. Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Oh, yes. We got a name. Alright, call Crocker to confront him.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Alright, Wiggins. Get on the case.
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Some time later.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important
Why?
that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Alright, the character portrait. Look at that beard. It's a real sailor's beard. Clear look. Honest. Is he? Is he honest? Captain's hat. Fur coat? Oh, strong build. Okay. Yeah, so we gotta be careful around this guy. Nothing with his hands. Wait. He has dirty pants. I guess that's expected from a sailor. Newspaper ink. Clean boots. These boots are made for walking. A knife. Aha.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her, from when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right, if there was no evidence.
What then?
Oh my god, he's into bondage.
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Yes. The sailor's knot.
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway.
You are.
On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Shark. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night?
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
He seemed very insistent on ending
Holmes,
that conversation.
what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No, there is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
I know it's him.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
I know it's him. It's gotta be him. I mean, Crocker's statement. Involvement. He's lying. His involvement is clear. He appeared as soon as he heard that I was looking for him, thus signaling his guilt. The captain is the killer. I mean, if you try to look at everything, yeah? look at everything in the big picture. I believe, where was it? The Randalls are guilty or the captain is the killer. Sir Eustace was murdered by the Randall gang. Robbery is confirmed as the motive of the crime. The captain is the killer. Sir Eustace was murdered by one person who was visiting that night. The murderer is tall and agile and a high-ranking sailor. I just feel like, especially the way they reacted to the silverware being missing as well, they weren't like happy or anything. And why would, if the Randalls were really the ones that committed the murder and or just came there to rob the place, why would they leave behind the silverware? That's just no way. The only reason that the silverware would actually be in the well there is because whoever did it, so in fact they planned it, or maybe the captain did it or whatever, to cover it up, and then later to give back the silverware to win back the love of his life or whatever. But there's no way. As if you just steal it, you're gonna run away with it. You're not gonna leave it hidden somewhere in the garden of the place that you just robbed. Because if you go back there, there's a high chance that you won't even get there because the police are investigating there and everywhere. So it's even a small chance that you would actually get it back anyway. So and obviously the rope was cut by with a knife. He had a sea knife. The rope was tied in a sailor's knot. He is a sailor. Every other sailor that were out of town was basically just that was on the Rock of Gibraltar ship. Was every one of them was out of on sea or just not in London right now, and he was. So that definitely, I mean, she only knows those people that were on the Rock of Gibraltar ship, and other than that, no one else. So it has to be him. He was there for sure, 100% sure. And oh god, I mean, I'm having a really bad time with explaining it exactly the way it all comes together in my head, but I'm just so sure that it is the captain. Sir Eustace was murdered by one person who was visiting that night. The murderer is tall and agile and a high-ranking sailor. Jack Crocker is a murderer, and you will bring him and his accomplice, Lady Brackenstall, to justice. Absolve Captain Crocker. The murder was committed in self-defense. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and dipsomaniacal man. The mystery is solved, but you decided to keep it secret. There's no need to... I gotta think about it. Normally I would be very quick to just condemn that person, but in this case, if it was actually self-defense, if you think about it, Captain is a friend, maybe a bit more of a friend to Lady Brackenstall. She was in a bad marriage. She was being hit basically by her husband, so domestic violence was definitely a case there that was definitely present. She admitted it herself. It was physically evident by the bruises. So, and this guy just, I mean, he had a thing for her, so maybe this guy just thought, I have enough of this man, this evil man, just, you know, beating up the woman that I love. So he just couldn't take it anymore, and then decided to come to her rescue by killing him. Because even Lady Brackenstall said herself somewhere in the very beginning that being married to a man like him, by which she meant Eustace, would be worse than death for the rest of her life. That would be worse than death. That's what she said. So it all kind of sounds like maybe they planned it together, maybe they didn't. So this makes me even more sure that's the captain. But it's, did they either plan this, or is it just something that happened? He just came to visit. Why? I have no idea why. He came to visit, and then he defended her, and then they got into a brawl. They fought, and in panic they decided to. No, this is a clear. They clearly planned this. I mean, sure, she got domestically abused, but. And that's definitely not a fun thing, but to plan and to kill your husband? Otherwise, if this was the case, why didn't they just say it? They did the whole missing silverware thing, trying to involve the Randalls with it, so it's definitely planned. 100%, I'm gonna arrest them. I am a man who likes my justice served on a plate.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Barely an hour has passed.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
And nothing but
I
the
admit
truth.
that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
Holy crap, dude. No. Don't you dare. Click it. Come on, click the mouse. Oh, Sherlock Holmes, you're tougher than this guy, man. Yeah. Screw you, sailor boy.
You should have let me die. How can I live if Mary suffers?
I am sorry, Captain Crocker, but there has been quite enough death in this case.
Oh, he tried to kill himself. Oh, okay.
Inspector, I give you Sir Eustace's killer. He tried his best to perform his own justice.
Well, I'm not surprised. Yes, it was me. I confess.
Here is a piece of evidence that can be used in court.
Perfect. A case that went smoothly for once.
Yeah, surprisingly, right? Alright, Sir Eustace was murdered by Captain Jack Crocker, who was visiting Lady Brackenstall that night. They staged it as a robbery by the Randall gang. Crocker used his sea knife to cut the bell rope to tie the lady, and then hid the silverware in the well. He committed a violent crime for which he deserves a condign punishment. Clues found, 16. Conclusion, the captain is the killer. The ending kind of gave it away. I mean, unless they made it look really real and it actually turns out to be wrong. But I'm thinking I'm right with this one. Yes, the captain is the killer. 16 out of 16 clues found. We're doing pretty well when we're actually trying very hard to do well. Because in the first two, we just thought like, hey, we got an answer. That's got to be it, right? But nope. Gotta put some thought into it. Gotta get your brain thinking. Gotta make it work. Overtime and double that. But yeah, this is going to be the end of this video. This is the ending of the 4th case, the Abbey Grange affair. I believe there are 2 more cases after this, so we're going to be playing those as well. So look forward to that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. And we'll see you in the next case/video. Peace.